What's up, guys? We're back at it with another beautiful interview, and yes, I got not just only a DJ, but a photographer. Or wait, was he a DJ or which one? Hey, that's what the promo is for. So I appreciate you guys tapping in. I appreciate this man for tapping in.
Appreciate you.
It's been real so far. DJ Freak. Because to be honest, we just met today for the first time, but like realistically, we just met this morning, which is cool because I love being transparent. And if you know me my whole life, I've always been transparent. It's always made me go further. So why not be transparent with this interview? Just so that you guys know, the fact that we really just met is going to make the interview 10 times better, because it won't be no... You know what I mean? Like, this is really genuine conversation.
Everything is authentic.
Authentic, bro. Crazy. And he doesn't even know the questions I'm probably going to ask. So, but dude, man, I just want to say thank you again for hopping on, bro.
I appreciate you
for having me. It really means
a
lot. I didn't even think I was going to be doing an interview today. I don't mean to go in that direction, but I just want to say thank you to everybody that's even shown love to 𝙄𝙣𝙩𝙚𝙬 podcast and the community. Shout out to 𝙄𝙣𝙯 Gaming. Shout out to Frankie. Shout out to my cousin for even helping us behind the lens. Real people, man. But again, let's get to it. DJ Freak, interview 79. How you been, bro? You been good?
I've been good, man. Blessed.
Yeah.
Like I like to tell people, I'm above the dirt rather than under it. That's always good. But
yeah,
I'm good,
you told
me
that earlier, and I was like, to be honest, man, I want to make sure I'm doing the same amount of impact that I was doing now when I do get underneath.
That was deep, and that's facts though. I want to be a legend even after I'm gone, for real.
As you will.
That's why I got Nipsey tattooed on me. I got a portrait of Nipsey tattooed on me. That's the impact he had on me, for real.
Okay.
Got me very, very much into being in tap with the grind, the marathon as he called it, and just being tapped in with my emotions and knowing that, you know, he said I went through every emotion with what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It was bad days, good days. I was sad, I was happy, I cried, I laughed, blah blah. But it's a marathon, and that's what you go through. No,
man, that's dope, bro, and I love to hear that because, you know, as a person who's been a big fan of just hip hop in general, like Nipsey Hussle is probably one of the most motivational people I've seen in motivational videos.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, you ever scroll on Instagram and
I
just
swear,
see
all his interviews he dropped
everything,
gems,
bro. Like, and rest in peace, bro. Because when he did leave behind something, and he's still impactful. Yeah, that's my goal.
And that's why what you said made sense. Like, I'm trying to be impactful even under the dirt if I'm gone, because I mean, what did you do here?
Right?
Did you waste your time, or did you leave behind a legacy? I mean. I heard about that even as a little kid playing football. Like, you gotta leave a legacy. You want people to remember you. You remember your number. Remember what you did here. That's just life. Like, I want people to remember any room I walk in. I want them to remember my absence. I want them to appreciate my presence in my absence. So when I'm gone, you're gonna know, like, damn, that was a powerful energy that just was in this room and that walked out. So.
No, what you will, man. And
sure.
That's why I kind of want to dig into it. I don't mean to cut you off, but I kind of want people to know who you are first before they kind of understand what legacy you want to leave behind. And, so, like, we'll start off with the generic question, which is, where are you from?
I'm from here.
Where's from here at? Just for some people that don't.
For people who don't know, you might hear me. I sound a little geeky.
Yeah.
That's because I'm from Charleston.
Okay.
James Island to be exact. I lived here. Born and raised 17 years, and then when I was 17, I moved to Northern Virginia. Okay. So, like, right outside of DC, like Dumfries, Virginia, and things like that. And I went to C.D. Hilton High School. Then after then, I went to Myrtle Beach, and then went to Coastal, and then I just moved back home from Des Moines, Iowa. So shout out to all my Midwest folks. Yeah. When I moved to Iowa, people didn't know where that was, or that black people even lived there. But it was a time, man. I just been all over. But I always love home. Home is where the heart is.
As you should.
And
we'll kind of dig into it, because like I said, I want people to kind of really know who you are. So I dig deep in each part of your life. So I know you might have said it before, but where'd you go to elementary school at?
I went to James Island Elementary. From 1st to 5th grade, I went to Maryland Sane Elementary for kindergarten.
Is there anything like you remember the most, like, different, like?
Just that James Island Elementary, I was the first class to go there and graduate there. Like, I went there as a first grader, with everybody. Like, that was a new school, so everything was fresh, everything was built.
Wow.
And
is there a picture of you guys like hanging up on the wall?
There's a picture. I got a lot of pictures on Facebook. I remember vividly, because it was new school, the news was there, of course, and they were interviewing parents walking in and stuff like that. My dad had walked me to school that day, or walked me inside that day, because he was here. He was in the military, so when he was not deployed, he would take me to school and shit like that. Right. Things like that. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
And they interviewed him. I hid behind him because I was so shy. Like, it's funny that I could be able to talk and be interviewed now and communicate, but I was so shy. I hid behind his leg and didn't want to speak. Mm-hmm. And I went home the afternoon, and my aunt Clara, she was like, I saw you on the news. You was hiding behind your dad. I'm like, yeah. But I went there, and then middle school I went to Fort Johnson Middle. On James Island. Did
you have any other incidents where it kind of brought you into the camera fame? Because you know how like it leads up.
Other than sports, not really. Like, and
or even just like that event or that sequence with the school thing. Like,
yeah, that was
camera thing. Have you ever had anything else happen after that in middle school? Just to kind of lead you up to maybe the fame.
Not just in sports. Yeah, I would be on the news like. But that was like when I was in like high school. I went to private school.
It's still a little bit.
But like in middle school, I played with the rec league, but I played at Westchester Park with the Westchester Park Bengals. Okay. And of course we played middle school team and all that. And of course you get known because as a kid, I was a quarterback, and we had a nice team. And we had nice running back, nice receivers. All my homies that I grew up with, we all played on the same team. We were from the area, right. So we played with the park. And you know, as a quarterback and just as a kid coming up, when you're watching Reggie Bush and all these things, I'm like the highlight dude. So I'm running touchdowns and I'm diving in zones, and I don't have to do that at all. You know, throwing a touchdown pass and doing the Cam Newton like that was me back in the day. So being on the news.
Did you do that? I'm back.
Oh, I will now. I promise you. In flag football, and that's something I still get into now. Like just trying to be in shape. If I catch a touchdown pass, I haven't played flag in like 3 years. So if I play again and I catch a touchdown pass, I'm doing a Camp Newton.
So you played quarterback in high school mainly, or were you doing multi?
I did
multiple different
quarterback and wide receiver
mainly.
Mainly, I played a little bit of defense, but not really. But I like offense. I like having ball.
Why did they make people do that? Like I feel like every time I hear any athlete that played football, not even just because basketball is. I mean, you have to.
I guess as coaches, if you feel like this player is good enough to do this, but you can utilize them somewhere else and somebody else is good, it's just having depth at the depth chart. Because when I moved from quarterback to receiver my freshman year of high school, the person that became quarterback was our running back. He just was really good at throwing the ball. Yeah. But I was still very shifty and could catch and was tall. So I went to receiver. And then it was easy because I knew all the plays. Being a quarterback, I knew where the receiver should be. I knew where to throw the ball, where to expect the ball. So that transition wasn't hard. I stayed that way until I went to private school where I became a quarterback, and then I played defense and like safety, and then I played kick return.
But I feel like that just and hear me out. I feel like that just kind of makes you injury prone.
Yeah, definitely wears your body down. Definitely does.
Like if you're just focused on one position, maybe that's why quarterbacks you kind of see them longevity wise, and they can play like Tom Brady because don't get me wrong, I know Tom Brady's took some vicious hits, but it's like not as much as getting hit off the kick return, off the catch. Off the throw,
a blindside hit, like off the throw, having to run and get tackled by people that are like at least 100 pounds heavier than you, probably bigger and faster and stronger than you. Running anything with force coming at you, motion is gonna hit, it's gonna hurt. The quarterback, but you got linemen in front of you. But I also played basketball, so I actually was very good at football. Very good at basketball too. Like basketball a lot more, and I played basketball a lot later. I didn't play basketball until middle school.
You seem like a two-way player, like in basketball.
Yeah. Now I am as I get older because I used to be. One of the tallest people on the team, so you're playing a 4 or 5. Yeah. And either or was like stretch for me because I could do whatever. But
that's the other thing too. I feel like
a big man.
You have to be two-way. You have to honestly be versatile. Everything. Yeah, and you play basketball.
You gotta be universal, man. I'm telling you, especially now, because now like kids are a lot bigger and faster and stronger a lot younger. Like us, we had kids that were bigger and stronger and faster, but they were of age to be that way. If you were big and strong and fast and you were young, you were probably like considered a freak, and you probably were playing up because the people were like literally. So, you know, that was just in somebody. Some people are just built like that naturally. Like you're born just.
I mean, look at Victor Wamba or whatever.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he's 7'3". It's crazy.
Like imagine having to play against that. I would not.
Yeah, I mean, and he's not. It's not really his height. It's just what he can do. Because I mean, you got players like Yao Ming and all these other players that are that tall, like Shaq, are that tall, but to be able to be like that, like that's definitely
no, that's insane. That's definitely different. So let's dig into after high school though, because you know, I kind of want to actually no, let's dig back. I want to kind of ask you. I know we're a little far in the interview already, but I wanted to ask, like, was there anything that you kind of noticed your career path in high school? Like, did you kind of like notice that football wasn't going to be the route, or was there any type of feeling like that? You don't have to
for real. Honestly, I don't. People always say don't have a plan B. Plan A gonna work. I always have a plan B. I wanted to be an FBI agent. So when I went to college after high school, my first year was sociology and criminology. Was my majors.
What made you make the change?
Getting into this, DJing and being in media, and just, I always say if I didn't play football or basketball or any type of sport, I'm going to be on TV. Like, people are going to know who I am.
I think you are. You are, bro.
So,
definitely.
I always was like, let me get into broadcasting and stuff like that. So I switched my major to communications and media.
And what college did you attend?
Coastal Carolina.
Wow. Hey, that's awesome, bro. I'm actually supposed to be going up there soon.
Yeah, Myrtle's awesome.
Some public interviews. I'm gonna be on the street on the coastal. You got a coastal hat?
I do. I do got some coastal. I got a sleeveless little hoodie.
Oh,
you got
coming with me,
old school. Ooh.
Dorian went there too, right? I think. No.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I feel like somebody I know that went. I'm thinking of Primo. Shout out to Primo. Primo, you know him?
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. But I know people's faces.
Primo, double extendo in my cup. It is a popular song. But no, that's cool, man. So like, I just had to ask, did you feel like maybe that like and hear me out, I'm only just doing this question because it's something that could help a lot of people that are watching this, but do you feel like the career path that you were going to take, like the FBI thing or whatever, was like from your parents maybe peer pressuring you? Or was it from something like, because you obviously took a big wide change, because DJing and then FBI,
it's not
or
really,
even photography.
Even photography, and that was self-taught. I didn't even go to school for that. That was like 2020, the world shut down, University, world shut down, and I got a camera and just went crazy, and then I moved to Iowa and continued to do that. I became a DJ.
I know it's beautiful there.
It is. I live in the city, so Iowa is just not like cornfields and all, even though they're known for corn and all.
Yeah, it's so beautiful though.
It is beautiful. Yeah. All that driving is beautiful, but in the city, of course, I was doing that, and then I became a DJ out there. But to answer your question, it wasn't so much peer pressure as in this is what we want you to be. It's more so this is what you said you wanted to do, so we gonna make sure you do it. Like that was how my pops was, because he was in the military. He was at the time he was a drill sergeant, and he's retired now. He was Special Forces, 11 Bravo, like all the accolades. That's my guy.
Are you happy that he was like that? Or even
it made me a better person. Like it made me how I am as a dad now. My son is 3.
Congratulations on that, bro.
Thank you.
That's huge.
But it made me also a better man in terms of how I pack my clothes when I gotta travel, how I clean,
the fundamentals.
how I talk to people, what it means to, like, if I slack off, cool, I always know I can get it back because I know that I have discipline in me too. Like, let's say I've been in the gym in a month, I know if I go for 2 straight weeks, I'm gonna be able to be like, okay, I can do this, and we gonna get right. And that's how I've always kind of stayed in shape. But he held me to that accountability. That's what it taught me. Accountability, like, do what you say you can do. Your name is all you have. Your word is all you have. If you tell somebody you can do something, you got to see it through. And I was just like, yeah. And I like Bad Boys. Mike Lowrey, played by Will Smith, was just one of my favorite people. He made me want to be an FBI agent. I wanted to be what I saw on TV. If I didn't do what I saw on TV on Sundays.
Were you going to drink the fishbowl?
I was. I definitely was.
That's my favorite scene.
Bro,
his boss.
Yeah, he was.
Woke his boss up at night.
Yeah, he was crazy. Marcus was crazy.
I love the Bad Boy. I didn't see the recent one. I don't mean to bring that up.
It is good. It is good. I'm glad that they did another one because it took some years. But Yeah, so when I told them I was gonna change my major, I just changed it, and it was like, this is why I'm changing it, because I want to be on TV, and super supportive about it.
As it should.
But I'm glad I did do my first year with sociology and criminology, because sociology is just nonverbal communications and understanding the mind and stuff like that, and why people do certain things, and basically the study of being social. So when I did communications, after that, it was more so the outside communications.
Right.
So I could read body language, but then I could know how to communicate, which was big for me, because it was a time, like I said before, I was shy and I didn't get in front of cameras. I was stood behind them.
So you feel like,
and I couldn't really talk to people. I couldn't look you in your face.
You feel like that's taught you how to really
it taught me how to really speak and really communicate my emotions. Because I think that's big. My family used to always tell me, like my dad, my granddad, my uncles, shake somebody's hand, you look them in the eye, and I would talk to people and I would figure out ways to like talk to you, but like, you know, I could articulate very well, and people would always tell me I had a good head on my shoulders based on how I speak, but I could never like look at you and have a conversation and feel confident in my conversation, and that really helped me feel confident in my conversation and take it to the next level.
What would like, and I know you kind of said the class and going to college and stuff, but what are maybe ways that people can learn how to do it without going to college?
Write everything down. Big writer. I hated English growing up, but when I got in college, I loved like writing essays and writing.
You say I was to write it down as
write down your thoughts, write down your feelings, get a pen and paper, old school. Yeah. I feel like that helps with memory too.
No, it does.
Writing things down.
I think the phone's a decompress.
Get a book and decompress and write it down. And as you write things down, you'll be able to read it. As you read it, you'll be able to speak it. And then you'll be able to communicate like that.
Not phones.
No phones.
No pad.
Phones are a distraction. That's what's keeping you from talking.
Yeah, man. That's why I had to emphasize.
Get you old school. Get you some pen and paper and or pencil. Get you a whiteboard.
Go crazy. I'm a big dude, man, on the notes. Like I have 3 notebooks and I just go crazy.
Put your energy out. Whatever you put out, you'll get back. It's not just what you do and what you speak. It's also what you write down. What you write down, manifestation is huge. I'm big on it. Write down. I'll be a millionaire from being a DJ, starting off as a DJ. I will have me a car. By the end of the year, I have a new car, so I can have more equipment. So things like that. I just try to. Writing can be very manifestation.
After college, what was like the next big thing? Did you like use your major? Or like
I used it, but I didn't use it the technical way, because technically I'm using it now, and just what I do as a DJ and a photographer as well, because I started doing that. But so after school, I'm technically using my major right now. I'm just not using it the technical way. But I dropped out of school. I didn't finish my last year. Going into my last year of school, so my third year, I decided in the spring that I wasn't going to go back because I had started being a mentor and internshipping, being an intern, internshipping, that's a new word. Being an intern and my mentee to my boy DJ Genesis in Charlotte. He was back then DJ Flex Amigo, and he was DJing at Coastal, and he was working at Energy 92.1 FM, I believe, was a radio station, and I would go with him on remotes and stuff like that. And I would just work as an intern, and they started to pay me a couple $100, maybe like $200, $150, nothing crazy. Right. Definitely wasn't enough to pay my rent, but I was like, bro, they were like, you don't need a piece of paper to do this. Like, if you get good at this, we'll hire you. That's all I needed to hear, to be like, I don't need to go here, and I don't want to go back. I was going through depression, had like suicidal attempts, all kinds of things, and I was like, man, let me just do this. I can do this. This is what I want to do.
What was like the first step? Like, did you just go and buy some gear, or was like somebody lend you gear, or
no? I was just showing up. I didn't start getting gear until maybe like 2 years ago. Like when I actually became a DJ, I was just showing up, and I was working at Wet Willie's to help with everything else. Yeah, so I was serving, and I was using everything was working in favor for me, and I wasn't even knowing it. Like I was using my communication skills during then. Like I was I went from working at a door, checking IDs, to being a server, because at the door I would make people laugh and they would want to see me inside. So the manager made me a server. Then I started being a server. They played Michael Jackson and I started dancing. One time there was a lady that came in there. Her son was autistic, and I have a puzzle piece for autism. And I was walking around holding him and serving other people's tables. They're like, "Is that your kid?" I'm like, "No, this is hers. We just was connecting." And they saw that and they were like, "Bro, you're really good at your job." And if I would have stayed, I would have been a bartender. But I moved back to Charleston, and I was working in a club scene, just a server.
What was the first club?
Hanover. I'm not Hanover. That was the street. The Palace Hotel. Palace Hotel, which is now huge Palace Hotel downtown, off of Meeting Street, and then the Commodore. I worked at both of those. And I was just doing security, being inside, just doing ways to be around people. I'm a people person. I want to be around people, and I live to inspire. I want to be able to talk to you, and we can talk about whatever. But I want you to remember me. I want to have an aspect, like an impact on your life from a different aspect, whether big or small. I had $150, and I told my mom, "Let me get $300. I got $150. I'm about to go to the pawn shop and buy this camera. It's for something. I'll give it back to you." She's like, "All right, give it to me." Went down there, got a camera. I would start going downtown, taking pictures, nice pictures, because I always felt like I got a vision for anything, especially for my life. Like I see things from a different view. So I was taking different kind of pictures, and especially at this time when you go to the park and the swing sets are swinging because it's windy outside, but there's no kids, like you can't come outside. Excuse me. I'm going downtown, all the bars and stuff are closed. So like,
that's a movie scene.
Like the walkways and the alleys are super dark and gloomy, and it's trash going through the street. And I'm making the pictures black and white. Like I'm editing the picture as the feeling of the environment. And people started asking me to do their weddings and stuff like that. And I started doing more creative photography and spending more money, investing in myself, getting better lenses.
What was your first camera?
A Canon T3i, which is still the same camera that I use now. Yeah. I just get better lenses. Because I was on YouTube and somebody said you can make it's about the person that's taking the photo, whether what they're using to take the photo with. Yeah. Because some people take photos with their iPhone and they're amazing. And this was before the iPhone got cinema mode and shit like that. In portrait mode, it was just regular photos. They just had the lighting and the angle to do it. And I'm like, you know what, that is right. I'll spend money on lenses though, because I'm not gonna keep using the same janky lens, especially getting it from a pawn shop. It was kind of cracked, a little faded. So I spent
What type of lens?
It was a 50mm, just regular Canon lens. Then I got a 24mm, 1.5 aperture detachable lens, so you can use your exposure and all that. I paid $250 for it from a pawn shop. Went into it, and that's when I started getting really good. And I got booked for more weddings and just doing do it yourself. Because still during COVID, like it was more the TikTok era, so I'm going and looking at other photographers that are getting famous from just doing at-home photo shoots, and I'm trying to do that same thing, but I want to do it outside. So I started doing a lot of that, a lot of boudoir photos. So if you go on my Instagram and stuff, you'll see a lot of everything. I got photos outside, inside, boudoir, weddings, family photos, engagement photos, concerts.
Your least favorite?
Weddings is my least favorite weddings because it's so much hassle. As a DJ, it's the same. Like I love doing that. You probably make the most money doing that, but I hate the hassle. Unless I'm working with somebody who has their shit together. Like then it's less of a hassle. If I'm doing it for my friend or my family, because we gonna have a good time. But if you don't got the shit together and I gotta be this and be that, like I don't want it. It ain't even worth the money. Especially if I gotta come a long way. I gotta take care of
I feel like the people are more drunk at weddings too.
Yeah,
like, it's more of a
for sure. And they expect too much, and everything is your fault if it is. But if I'm doing it for my friends and my family, we gonna have a good time regardless. So you know, that's fine.
And you're gonna do a good job on it.
And I'm still gonna do me. Like you're not gonna. And I always tell my friends or family, like, pay me whatever. And some people are like, are you tripping? I'm like, pay me whatever, because I love you for even having me a part of your special day. That's not the price for anybody that ain't booked me before, that ain't my friend and family though. But it's still reasonable. But that's what I do. But it's still my least favorite because of the hassle. Same with photography. Everybody want a picture. Everybody want to do this. Everybody want to do that. Hey, can I hold your camera? Can I try it? Everybody want their picture taken. Hey, make sure you get this. So you kind of get off track. And you don't want to be an asshole at the same time either. but you're doing your job. Now my favorite might be concerts, like just being in the element, because I honestly never been to a concert until I became a photographer.
Wow, that's great.
Since then I've seen Nelly, Genuine at a fair, and then I got to take pictures of Gherbo and Moneybagg Yo, and get backstage passes. You meet the DJs and stuff like that, and one of the DJs that I met that helped me get into this, he opened up for Gherbo, and DJ Bounce, shout out to you, DJ Bounce, out of St. Louis. He was like, man, you can do this. I see it in you, and you know what you're doing. Like you know the music and your energy. You know what I'm saying? I was just a cameraman, and I'm See, this is why I get in car accidents right here. This is why. This is how you get in car accidents. You're not paying attention. But he was like, you can do this. Like, I'm the cameraman. I'm getting hype on stage, and I got the camera on me because I know music. I know the words. And then just thinking back to being in college and really being around it, and my boy DJ Kyle Genesis just putting his arm around me and taking me under his wing, teaching me things, letting me come to his set, let me help him set up. We had a bar called Tab. He used to do dollar vodkas, and people come there. I mean, drinks were $1, so why not?
People get lit.
But he set up on the pool table. They had like 3 or 4 pool tables, and he was set up on one of them. He set his equipment on, he get to set up on, so it's kind of being like on a stage, and I get to stand behind him and just look. And this is when Uzi was going crazy, 2016, and the Migos just dropped like T-Shirt and all these other songs. Bad and Bougie had just came out, so it was a time to be alive. And he let me do that, so I thought back to those times and was like, man, I could do this, and I got the personality for it.
So which one have you been like, let's say, favoritism the most?
DJing for sure.
Yeah.
DJing for sure, because I want you to hear me.
Bills or? I'm asking, is that why you're doing it the most? I know you said it's because.
Yeah and no, it's just because I like it the most. I feel like it's me the most. Like, photography is because I got a good eye. Yeah. But I can hire somebody to be my photographer. You feel what I'm saying? But I also, now as a photographer, I know how to set the camera up and video myself. I know how to get content out.
That is true. Learning experience.
Yeah, it's a learning experience. And it's just another thing to where if somebody need me, I'm still taking bookings. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
I'm still nice with the camera. I'm also a published now. I'm a published DJ. I've been in a magazine, and out of Kentucky, and
congratulations.
Thank you. And I've been published multiple times as a photographer. So you're not getting just somebody that's just good at pictures. Route 21, Poppin' Magazine. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Urban Gorillas.
What is something or advice that you would give anybody who's maybe like not having the vision of being able to pick a career? Because some people can't balance too. Because that's 2 big major.
Do what you love the most. I love doing photography, but I love DJing the most. I love being able to. You might be going through whatever you're going through, but you're gonna come out to Sultan's downtown on King Street every Friday night, and you're gonna see DJ Freak from 8 to 12, and you're gonna have your life change. You're gonna forget about I gotta pay my phone bill, my Wi-Fi late. I hope they pay me tomorrow. They're supposed to pay me last week. Right. But let me get a shot. Let me get a shot. And guess what? I'm also a DJ. I don't know, I can't speak for other DJs. Even though I support all DJs, I'm one that goes out and sees other DJs when I'm not DJing. But as a DJ, I don't really know many DJs that's gonna pay for you to get in so you can come have a good time and buy your drinks. I don't know many DJs that go to the bar and tip the bartenders before anybody get in there. I'm gonna give you here's $20. Here, it might be 50. Here's this and that. This is for y'all. We gonna have a good time tonight. I don't know many DJs that are paying for, hey, go take them a shot. It's on me. Don't even worry about it. I'll pay for it. Because at the end of the day, I'm still trying to make my money too, but I'm spending what I'm making. But that's what I love doing the most, more than taking pictures. I'm really good at taking pictures. Trust me. I'm really good. I love doing that because I love being creative. That's just what I like to do.
What is
music is life.
What is one signature thing about you DJing? Like what?
My tag.
Your tag.
My tag. When I hit the button and it says, "Ooh, hey DJ Freak." Okay. One of my homegirls, when I was staying in Iowa, I was in the studio. I make mixtapes as well. I got 2 mixtapes out. One on Apple Music and everywhere.
It's like local music and stuff?
It's people from Boston, artists from Atlanta, artists from Charleston, artists from Iowa, Kansas City, Chicago, and Florida.
That's dope, bro.
I got them on in Cali, all on one mixtape. It's like 12 songs.
Wow.
And co-produced by me, produced by by their producers and my engineer, and I put my tags on it, some drops, went on there, you know, something like DJ Khaled, DJ Drama, and it's called Welcome to the Freak Show Part 2, Life of the Party. It's out right now on Apple Music. But I started doing that. I brought her to the studio, to get back on that point, I brought her to the studio, and I'm like, get in the booth, I just need a tag, and she was just talking, and she was like, ooh, hey DJ Freak, because she was like, she liked the way she sounded with the headphones on, and I'm like, and then she laughed at the end, because it has a little chuckle at the end, a female chuckle. I don't know if you know about Rick Ross, but when she says Maybach music and she starts laughing at it, it sounds just like that. So she says, hey, ooh, hey DJ Freak, and she starts chuckling out, and I'm sipping, and I'm like, keep that. I'm like, keep that. I'm like, that's the one. That's the one you know, and so when I press that, people say it back with me. And sometimes when I walk in a bar, even if I'm working there or not, it depends if I've been there before, but I'll walk in and instead of being like, what's up, Manny? The bar, or what's up, DJ Freak? They'll say, ooh, hey, DJ Freak. Hey. So the customers are looking at like, what are y'all doing? Is that something y'all got going on? Right. And then I set up and boom, I play that, and they're like, okay, makes sense now. But that's probably the most out.
Where's your favorite place out the most? DJ?
My favorite place would be Sultan's right now because the atmosphere is changing. They're open till 12. I wish they open till 2. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get them to open till 2. Yeah. But yeah, man, they're the first place to give me a chance downtown. Like I go everywhere. I'm street marketing, and I learned that from working as an intern at the radio station. Like I go take 100 business cards everywhere with me, pass them out. I go to bars just to have a Corona and a shot. Even if I don't want to drink, I do that just so I can come spend money with you. So, because I want you to spend money with me. I'm gonna give you my card. I'm gonna tell you to introduce me to the manager. I might talk to them for 30 minutes. I might buy 2 drinks, maybe some food, and I'm not even hungry. I might just I just want you to know that.
And it's weird because I don't even gotta ask what makes you different from any other DJ. You're already saying it.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that and put myself on. I don't want to hit up the promoter. I want to hit them up too. I want them to see what I'm doing and hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to the people in charge, the owner, the manager, and I want you to know, like, hey, if you're not doing this on Sunday, let me just do a few hours, maybe 2, 3. I don't got to DJ for 6 hours, 5 hours, maybe 3 hours, maybe 2. You pay me for 2 hours, I'll come out here, I'll play whatever you want. I'm an open format DJ, so I'll play whatever you want to hear, whatever you think the vibe is, and I'm gonna do it to the best of my abilities. I'm gonna do it my way. Right. And I think that's what's got me booked a lot more. But that's just what I feel like I do that a lot of people don't, but
yeah, no.
To answer your question, that's definitely
I've never heard any other DJ doing
what I do.
And I was gonna ask, where did you get DJ Free from? And if it's anything crazy, I don't, you know. But I just wanted to.
Everything is actually clean. It's not what you think, other than what people think it is. It's actually a double, triple entendre, whatever you call it. I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay.
My line name is Freak Show. Okay. The reason why it is Freak Show is because freak means different.
Right.
They call 𝙄𝙣𝙩𝙚𝙬 the Greek freak.
Yeah.
Not, oh, that means he's the Greek nasty dude.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They call
that
him
a lot though?
Yeah, I get that all the time. Like, oh, they must call you DJ Freak for a reason. I'm like, no. Yeah. I'm just different. I'm a different type of DJ. The things I do are different. As I explained to you. They call LeBron the freak of nature, things like that. When in a negative connotation, when you're a kid, they're like, oh, you're weird. She's a freak. You know what I'm saying? They bully the freak. You know what I'm saying? But then also, yeah, you get nasty in the bedroom, something, you know what I'm saying? But it's always not what you think. It just means I'm different, and people don't condone the things that they've never seen before. So that's why they might bully you. They're not used to you. You might be different.
That's why I keep Naruto up, man.
He was a freak. He was different.
We're the freaks.
Giannis, when he first came into the league, he was skinny, he was fair, he was different. He spoke different. His language was different. He played different. They called him a freak just because he was tall and the things he can do. Kind of like when Victor Wembanyama, LeBron. He's a freak of nature because he's a crazy athlete. He's lasting 21 years, and he's the same type of dude he was when he was 18 and he was coming to the league. So they just something they've never seen before. Deion Sanders was something they've never seen before.
Facts.
When it comes to DJing, just the person I am, it's just something you never seen before. Some of my family members, I gotta reintroduce myself to them because this is not me.
So you feel like your life has changed since you started DJing drastically?
Yeah, even before. I would say after my first suicide attempt, my life definitely changed for real.
Like,
not to get deep like that, but
no,
for sure, that's just when it definitely changed. I started seeing things in a different aspect, and I just started appreciating me and knowing who I was and being comfortable with me. Even though I've always been comfortable with me, and because I've always been wanting to be a superstar, be recognized, I was also doing things because I thought that's what other people would want. And when people weren't there, I mean, and I didn't want to do the things they want to do anymore. It's like, I don't want you to be upset at me. I don't want to be disappointed. It was a really rough time. One of my best friends, first people I ever met coming up in the middle school, elementary school, was murdered. So I went through a really rough time dealing with that. That's why my boy New York, that's why I got Statue of Liberty on my face with New York under it. But going through that and going through depression and being actually clinically diagnosed with it and spending the night in a hospital, like with other people that are really crazy, and just having time to think about it, it makes you appreciate things more. It makes you want to live a little bit more and not really care about nobody else. And that's just how I am, even DJing. And I think DJing has changed my life in terms of now I get to do what I did as a kid. Like when I was a kid, being a quarterback, like I said, of being the one in the huddle, you're giving everybody a motivational speech, you're hyping up, you're clapping, and you're the one that gets people going. As a DJ, like I said, when you come in and you see me, like I'm gonna get on the mic. A lot of DJs don't get on the mic. A lot of DJs do, but just from the DJs that I know, when I say a lot of DJs that I don't know, that I know,
that's right.
They DJ, they do their thing, and they're amazing at it. I got amazing DJ friends and people that inspire me every day. But I get on that mic, I want you to hear me. I'm gonna say things that are motivational. I might say things you're not supposed to say in the club because it's not cool. Yeah. But people be like, okay, we like that. Right. I'm gonna play music that way. Some music I might hear to be old school. You be like, okay, I heard this in the club. I might play this in my car, but hearing it on the loudspeaker, hearing it in the club when you're having a drink or two is different. Mm-hmm. That's just what I get to do and kind of inspire people doing that. There's people that have become DJs after me and have told me, man, I'm gonna try and do this now. I want you to help me.
Other than DJing and stuff like that, what are ways that you've been coping with everything that you kind of just explained in the last 10 minutes, 5 minutes? I know there's like...
I've been meditating.
Yeah.
I meditate. That's huge. Just meditating, find time to just sit with yourself and get to know yourself. That's the thing. A lot of people always want to be themselves, but they don't know who they are, so they're always somebody different when you see them. And you can't really blame them. That's why I try to... those are people that I love with a long handle spoon. Mm-hmm. But I meditate, I write things down, and I read. I got a Nipsey and Big Sean. I'm talking about their reading lists when it comes to books. Amazing, immaculate. They put me on so much books to expand my vocabulary, to expand my mind.
Yeah.
My folks used to always tell me, like, if you want to keep something from a black person, put it in a book because they'll never read it. And when you read books, I mean, it's the sad truth just from how things were back in the day. But when you read things, you find out things, and your mind expands, your vocabulary expands, and you start to see things differently, and you can understand, what really some gruesome stories are, or some real stories are, some motivational stories are, and they're all in a book. Some got really good books. My mom reads. She does audiobook. Both of my sisters, that's all they do. They have bookshelves. My grandma, she reads.
Maybe that's in the genes, man.
It's just in the genes.
Because I can't really read a book. I try. Like, I really do, but my mind is like literally like Albert Einstein. Like, I'm like Kanye. Like, I know Kanye probably.
It gotta be like how like my TV shows, like drama. I gotta be able to. When I'm reading, I gotta be able to see the vision. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the type of things I do. But that's what I just do to cope with anything.
That's why I miss Magic Treehouse. Magic Treehouse is probably one of my favorites. And Captain Underpants, because I would read it and see
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
That was
Judy B. Jones.
It was too real. But
I'm telling you, for High series.
Yeah, right. Dude, there's so many, bro. I could go on and on. There was the Sideways stories. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like,
there's so many good books. But no, man, I just wanted to ask, like, how do you always maintain to be yourself? Like, what are ways that solidifies you to be DJ Freak when you wake up? It could be maybe from your DJ. I honestly have made it who I am, because it is who I am. It's not like
my name is this, and at night I go by this. I've been Freak since 2016, from the spring of 2016 when I came out as Freak Show. And when I told you the meaning of what Freak means, and show just became because I'm different, but I put on a show. And my mom used to always tell me, put on a show. Anything you do to the best of your ability. You put a show on. So Freak Show came from that. From then, that person, the journey I went through to become that person, of becoming Freak Show, because that's just not something. That's my line name. In that time of me becoming a Sigma and being in college, going through depression and all kinds of things, and joining Sigma and finding a brotherhood, that whole journey, that year of my life, made Freak Show. So when it was time for me to present to the world as Freak Show, it was already embedded in me. So that's why anything I do has something to do with Freak. That's just what I am, because anything I do is different. So my photography name was Freak Show. Was Freaktographer. And DJ Freak was, obvious. And I kind of get creative, like the t-shirts I wear.
Yeah, dude, it's dope, bro.
I got one with my logo that's like the Pornhub logo. Yeah. That's my main thing, but I try to, do more PG, make sure people can wear these, because I can give these, my sisters love it, my mom loves it.
You're not wrong, man. As long as you're being yourself and you're spreading positivity and you're not hurting anybody, that's all that matters, man. You can be yourself. And
you can never hurt somebody being yourself.
No, you can't.
Your true self.
That's why my bad.
I don't think people are truly evil or truly violent. Those are different type of people, but the people that you find yourself around, it's just easy to be yourself, man. If you have, when I'm DJing for a slight hour, it's probably, and I would say that any DJ can say this, maybe for an hour or two, you find people being their true selves, like, because everybody is loving, everybody's
trying to joyous, let it go,
and everybody's at peace and having a good time. That's what people truly are. They're really good souls.
Bro, you guys are powerful DJs, like in general. Like, shout out to DJ Dollar Menu. Shout out to Dorian.
Dollar Menu,
Dorian
DJ
for
Wills.
Connecting it. Yeah, DJ
sure.
Wills. I call him Dorian. I'm so stuck.
I call him Dorian. Period.
Yeah, because that's my brother. I've known him for so long, since high school, man. So.
Shout out to DJ Dollar Menu, Dorian, DJ D Wills, DJ Dougie, DJ Scrib,
DJ Scrib,
DJ Honcho.
DJs, man. We got fire DJs, to be honest.
DJ Jalen. Who else? DJ Kyle Genesis.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled. DJ Breezy in Minnesota. In Milwaukee, my brother. DJ T-Max the Kid in Iowa. Mr. Des Moines, my brother. DJ Bounce in St. Louis, my brother. I appreciate you. I wouldn't be where I am without y'all, for real. Y'all inspired the journey. Shout out to the DJs that I'm inspiring too, because it is the 50th anniversary of hip hop. So
yeah, it is.
Shout out to all the DJs that came before me. The ones that inspired me came before me, and the ones that's gonna come after me if I don't break my arm.
Yeah, my dog gonna break his arm. But no, man, it's been beautiful. And like, we could sit here and talk all day, which soon we will be able to do that.
For sure, we'll be back. We'll be back in a few months.
Coming back. Because this one was different, because like I said, I just met you, and even me, you kind of tell how I am. I'm always asking questions so fast, so it was like trying to let you talk, because I didn't normally, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sneak diss anybody I've had before, but a lot of people have been short answering me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
this
like,
is very authentic.
Yeah, you're actually coming on here spilling some gems,
this is our very first conversation.
I appreciate you even coming on telling all this and everything you've been through in your journey, and the ups and the downs, and what you're going through in your career path, because it's beautiful, bro. It made me almost like, that's why I kind of had to stop talking, because I'm like, dang, bro, you're ready for this, man. So
I appreciate you having me, man. It's an honor, because you've been doing big things with this podcast and just interviewing people. The aesthetic is crazy. The vibes is crazy. And you're doing it, man. The people that you ain't been doing it for a long time. So
what you just did now is helping, saving people.
I appreciate you. It's for the culture, man.
Yeah, we weren't even able to dig into the whole thing, but that's why I wanted to get you on now, so that it's like, now we know who you are, your background, your high school, middle school. This is about presently. You know what I mean? The music that you're doing.
The next one we're gonna do in a few months. We're gonna do it in the bar. I'm gonna bring you to. I'm gonna bring you to Soul.
Let me know, bro. I'm ready. I just tell everybody, like, whatever vision you have with me, just tell me, and I'm all for it, bro. Because dude, it's been beautiful, bro. DJ Freak, interview 79.
Clap it up for yourselves, man. That was awesome. awesome.
Dude, thank
man.
you for hopping
I
on. I
appreciate you,
wish
man,
I
for
could have
sure,
had
man.
you on longer, and I wish that my phone and like you
The
know
best
a lot
is
of
yet
the
to come.
because
The
like
best is yet to
we had
come.
things break us down during this interview, but we didn't stop, bro. We kept going this whole day.
Authenticity.
Yeah, it's a fact.
One
bro.
take. It's been love. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you
bro.
follow
Oh, yeah,
me.
socials.
Make sure you follow me at 𝙄𝙣𝙩𝙚𝙬 DJ Freak. Again, that's Hey DJ Freak.
On all socials.
HEYY. It's the same thing on everything. I promise you, it's the same thing. My Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube. I got vlogs out.
Linktree though is lit.
Linktree is
Flex.
my Linktree is clutch. So go to my Instagram and just click the link in my bio, and you follow me on everything. That's my. You also have the link to my soon-to-be radio station.
Yeah, I saw that.
But we'll talk about that at the next one.
We'll save that.
At the next one, I'll let you know about everything. But go follow me, man. Stay hip, stay blessed. It's always love. It's your boy DJ Freak.
Man. Thank you again.
Get your merch, man.
DJ Freaks, Interview 79. Thank you again. I gotta read that because you did this,
sure.
man. Give this man a round of applause for real because you really came on here and did his thing.
Bro,
but most importantly, guys, stay true to yourself. And the only way to achieve your dreams is through you. No one else. You got to get up every single day and you got to grind harder than you did yesterday. Not what you're doing right now. Don't dwell on what's going on right now. Just stay up and stay focused. Love every single one of you guys. Peace.